King 9 will not return, the desert of guilt and the dream of separation. This is the Twilight Zone, Season 2, Episode 1, King 9 will not return. Written by Rod Serling and first aired on September 30th, 1960. It stars Robert Cummings as Captain James Embry, a World War II pilot who awakens alone beside the wreckage of his B-25 bomber, King 9, stranded in the endless sands of North Africa. The crew is gone. The sky burns, and the only voice left is the one inside his mind. Serling tells us, this is Africa, 1943. War spits out its violence overhead, and its sandy graveyard swallows it up. But like all stories from the Twilight Zone, nothing here is what it seems. Embry believes he's been abandoned by his men, but what's really happening is that his guilt has abandoned him in a hallucination. 17 years later, he lies in a hospital bed, still trying to wake from a crash that never happened. This is not a war story. It's a mind story. The desert is the mind stripped bare. The wreckage is guilt. And Embry's anguish, I'm responsible for them, I should have been on that plane, is the ego's creed. A Course in Miracles calls this survivor's guilt the cornerstone of the dream. It is the belief that one has sinned by living, by separating, by surviving the imagined fall from heaven. The mind that believes it killed God must then create deserts to punish itself. It invents time, death, and memory as its self-imposed court-martial. You are not really afraid of crucifixion. You are afraid of redemption. A Course in Miracles. Embry isn't afraid of dying. He's afraid of forgiveness. He doesn't fear the crash. He fears the quiet that would follow if he stopped believing in it. So he builds the mirage again and again, walking its dunes like a penitent ghost. Every grain of sand whispers the same lie. You did this. And the ego nods in agreement. When the doctors discover sand pouring from his shoes, Serling delivers one of his most haunting codas. Enigma buried in the sand, a question mark with broken wings that lies in silent grace as a marker in a desert shrine. Odd how the real consorts with the shadows, how the present fuses with the past. This is metaphysical brilliance disguised as science fiction. The real consorting with the shadows is the mind's fusion of truth and illusion, heaven and hallucination, mistaken as one. The present fuses with the past, because guilt never left its starting point. The dream of separation is a time loop, the same thought of loss, relived until forgiven. The world you see is an illusion of a world. God did not create it. A Course in Miracles. The desert, the bomber, the lost crew, none of it ever happened. It's the projection of guilt. The hallucination is not the problem, the belief that it's real is. Embry represents the sleeping Son of God, convinced he abandoned heaven and left his brothers behind. But the miracle whispers differently. No one was left. There was no crash, no death, no desert. Only the mind dreaming of being alone in a place where God is not. When Embry cries out, "Let me in on it, God," he's pleading for awakening. He's asking to see beyond the mirage. And that prayer, the genuine desire to know truth, is the turning point of every dreamer. The Holy Spirit answers not with rescue, but with remembrance. You never left. You were never buried. You only dreamed you crashed. And the desert disappears the moment you stop searching for water and remember the ocean. King 9 will not return, because the mind that dreamed the crash no longer needs to. It has already come home, and that mighty companion is the peace beyond the sand. Picture, if you will, a captain who never left his post, yet has spent years wandering the ruins of a mission that never flew. His desert is not in Africa, but in the uncharted landscape of guilt, a wasteland built grain by grain from memories that never were. He searches for his crew in time and finds only himself in eternity. And when he finally learns that nothing real was ever lost, the winds that haunted him fall silent. For this too is a kind of rescue, not from sand or sun, but from the mind's belief that it could crash apart from heaven. Tonight's destination was not Tunisia, but the endless frontier we call the Twilight Zone.